This type of 90-day fiancé couple infuriates me. Over the last several years, I've seen many different 90-day fiancé couples and dynamics appear on the show, but there's one type of couple whose actions often baffle me. In the 90-day fiancé franchise, it's not uncommon for one or both partners to have kids from other relationships and come together to form a stunning blended family. For instance, 90-day fiancé star Annemarie Campisi had 3 sons from a previous marriage before marrying Mircea Mistinoglou. Several 90-day fiancé stars left children behind. Over the years, several stars have appeared in the franchise with children from previous relationships. For instance, Alexander Sasha Larin has 2 ex-wives and 2 sons with each woman whom he left behind to marry Emily Larin. Likewise, Jasmine had 2 children that she left behind in Panama. The plan was for her kids to arrive with her, but there was an issue with their application, so the plans fell apart. She hoped to fly back and visit her children by the time she received her green card, but that hasn't happened. Hazel Kagalaton from the Philippines left her son Harry behind. There's also Larissa Lima from season 6, who left behind her 2 kids, Luan and Ari. While it's not the most common storyline portrayed in the 90-Day Fiancé franchise, every year there seems to be at least one star who abandons their family. Their plans often seem to include a later arrival, but so far none of those stars have followed through on their word. Why don't the 90-Day Fiancé stars plan better? The biggest question I have concerning this issue is, why don't the stars plan better? Some stars are familiar with the franchise and the K-1 visa process, whether from enjoying the show as a fan or from being on the franchise for several years. As a result, I think it's reasonable to assume that these stars should have been a little more educated on the visa processes and how to bring their children to America. I know in the case of Gino Palazzolo and Jasmine, he did the paperwork on his own and messed up the children's applications. Mistakes are normal, and the cast is human, but I can't help but side with Jasmine. I think Gino should have hired a professional since now there are more steps and kids involved. But now I grow even more confused as time goes on. As more stars leave their children behind and then don't revisit or bring them over as planned, I begin to wonder if this was part of a larger plan. Did the stars no longer want to be parents, using the K-1 visa as an excuse? Did the stars never intend to bring their families over, but instead support them using American benefits from overseas? Overall, as a mother, some of these 90-Day Fiancé storylines just don't make sense to me. If their excuses were purely because of the visas, then from a personal perspective, I would wait for all our visas to be approved. A wedding can wait, but losing time with kids can have such a strong impact. Then in some cases, like with Jasmine, she's having another child in America with her other 2 children in Panama. Some of these situations just give me the ick and make me think that these stars were more after a fresh start than fans like myself may have realized. I've been skeptical of 90-Day Hunt for Love as a 90-Day Fiancé fan, but now I'm 1000% in for a specific reason. I am an unapologetic 90-Day Fiancé fan who watches all the spin-offs, but even I had to raise an eyebrow at the newly announced series 90-Day Hunt for Love. Watching familiar cast members hang out at a resort and attempt to fall in love with other singles felt like too far of a departure from the TLC franchise I love. However, then I saw the trailer for this show that premieres in May on the 2025 TV schedule, and I'm 1000% in for a specific reason. Gear up for May 26th, because 8 familiar faces, a chunk of whom are part of 90-day couples who split after marriage, will travel down to Mexico for weeks full of parties, mixers, and singles hooking up in an entirely new look for 90-Day. Take a look at the trailer below, and see for yourself. At first, I was like, I'm not into seeing 90-day stars casually partying and dating, but this trailer proved to me that I was dead wrong. This looks fun, and the fact that new singles are being mixed into the cast makes it so we're not just seeing potentially scripted romance angles between cast members. That's why my opinion on this show has done a total 180. Plus, it looks like things are going to get spicy quick in terms of romance, in a way that 90-Day Fiancé is often not. 90-Day Fiancé fans may do a double take at some of the faces shown, especially if they haven't seen Colt Johnson since recovering from breaking his leg. For those who didn't recognize everyone involved, here's a rundown of who's in this. It looks like Rob Warne is sliding from 90-Day Diaries into 90-Day Hunt for Love, so it looks like he may be the newest mainstay the TLC franchise is leaning into. Chantel Everett and Tim Malcolm are the seasoned veterans of the bunch, and I'm really questioning at this point if Tim is ever serious about having a long-term relationship with anyone. I was also surprised to see Usman Umar in the mix, who, last I heard from him, was in a relationship with a new woman. I'm guessing his participation in this means that situationship didn't work out, and he's back on the prowl and looking for someone presumably closer to his own age, unlike his last 90-day fiancé companions. 90-day hunt for love almost feels like the last resort, but without all of the tension of couples trying to save their relationship. My biggest complaint about the latter is that they tried to mix the partying aspect into couples therapy far too often, which felt counterintuitive to what the participating people were trying to achieve. With everyone in this new spin-off single and ready to mingle, as the trailer shows, the partying doesn't feel problematic. I can't wait to watch. Tune in for the premiere of 90-Day Hunt for Love on TLC on Monday, May 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Here's hoping that it's as good as that trailer showed, and that we already have more on the horizon. 90-Day Fiancé's Cara Leona reveals her bold new single Criminal mirrors the spicier energy of her personal life. Star Cara Leona is giving fans a peek behind the curtain of her personal life with her latest single, Criminal. My new single is called Criminal and it's kind of a spicier type of energy. Basically the whole concept of the song is much related to my personal life, Leona, who is represented by Dominique Inchinton of Dominton Talent House, explains in an exclusive interview with OK. On Friday, August 29th. The bachata artist sets the scene for the Criminal music video, describing a woman betrayed who transforms herself to turn the tables and steal hearts. Sometimes you love with your whole heart and then it still doesn't necessarily work out. You just leave feeling like, you know what, I'm never doing that again, and I'm just going to steal hearts and I'm not going to give AF, she continues. Being scorned in love is so hard. It's so hard to be vulnerable and really give yourself to someone and then not have it work out. The TLC personality also teased some surprise prisoner cameos in the video, collaborating with a group of men from the franchise, Josh Weinberg, Jamal Menzies and Rob Warne, who call themselves the 90-Day Bad Boys. I love bringing together the two worlds of 90-Day Fiancé and also my music, the Criminal singer shared. And what better way in my mind than to bring in the 90-Day Bad Boys, because they kind of also riding that line between musicality and television. We worked so seamlessly. Leona is known for her relationship with Guillermo Royer, documenting their international love story on the 90-Day Fiancé franchise. The mom of one explained that music is now playing a much larger role in her life and has even become part of her storyline on the show, as seen in the latest season of 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, which premiered in July. Cara Leona teased the 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Tell all. During the season, Leona had a special performance that her husband, 25, chose to skip as the couple faced looming issues in their marriage. While it's unclear how Leona and Royer's relationship will unfold, since the season is still airing, she gave OK. An exclusive hint about the upcoming episodes. I think it's going to be a lot of twists and turns as it always is, and, obviously the tell-all at the end, it's going to be crazy, she teases. Chilling details in 90-Day Fiancé star Varia's arrest revealed. A shocking twist has surfaced in the legal case involving a 90-Day Fiancé star, with disturbing arrest details emerging after a surprising new plea deal. News of 90-Day Fiancé cast arrests has become frequent, with stars facing legal issues like fraud, domestic violence, and DUIs. These reality TV scandals continue to grab headlines, adding real-life drama to the already popular reality franchise. Several 90-Day Fiancé cast members have faced legal trouble in 2025. Eric Rosenbrook was arrested for alleged domestic battery. Leda Margaretha faced multiple charges, including alleged disorderly conduct with a weapon. Jeffrey Paschal remains incarcerated for aggravated kidnapping and assault. These reality TV scandals continue to shock fans. According to an Instagram post by Starcasm, Varia Molina has pleaded down to aggravated criminal trespassing. The post mentioned that Varia was arrested last month for felony theft after being caught on video stealing over $2,300 in merchandise from several Lowe's stores in Tennessee. Her arrest details closely resemble those of her boyfriend Jeffrey's 2013 theft arrest. Jeffrey and an accomplice stole close to $600 worth of lighting fixtures from a Home Depot by placing them on a cart, walking out of the store, and driving away. Interestingly, the person helping him at the time was his wife, making the incident a joint effort between the two. What Varia pleading down means for future in America. Varia faced serious legal trouble in Tennessee after surveillance footage showed her taking merchandise from multiple Lowe's stores without paying. The charges included alleged felony theft and aggravated burglary, reflecting the severity of the incident caught on camera. These allegations put her at risk of significant legal consequences. After her arrest, Varia struck a plea deal, agreeing to plead down to aggravated criminal trespassing. This reduced charge still carries legal penalties but is less severe than the original felony theft and burglary accusations. The plea will help her avoid a lengthy court trial and potentially harsher sentencing that could have followed if convicted of the initial charges. Although the charge was reduced, the conviction for aggravated criminal trespassing may negatively impact Varia's immigration status. While it doesn't guarantee deportation, it increases scrutiny from immigration authorities. Officials will possibly review her case closely, which could affect her ability to stay legally in the United States or apply for citizenship in the future. Our take on Varia's arrest details being similar to Jeffrey's. The striking similarities between 90 Day Fiancé star Varia's arrest and Jeffrey's 2013 theft case suggest a troubling pattern in their behavior. Both incidents involve theft from major home improvement stores and the involvement of close partners. This raises questions about whether their choices reflect deeper issues, potentially impacting their public image and future opportunities in the reality TV world.